All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to those of you that are in the Penn Activity Center today, and those of you joining us online throughout the world on the Statesman Sports Network as this National Championship celebration is being broadcast live. We appreciate you being here with us today to celebrate the successes of our student athletes. William Penn is on the rise. We've experienced unprecedented department success at national championships this year, and are proud of the momentum our student athletes have created for our university. So let's talk about our newest national champion. The first national championship at William Penn since 1981, when the women's basketball team brought home the title. Our newest national champion has only been a program for just a few short years, and was an interest of the community for several years. So we want to just talk a little bit about how we got here. As a university, we were looking at adding sports to meet the goal of being an athletic department of the future. And we were very intrigued with shotgun sports. Through months of research, we realized that there was some viability in this sport, and regionally it made a lot of sense. So really nearly 4 years ago from where we're at today, one of the first meetings we had externally was with a guy named Steve Heaton. You may know him. Steve, we wanted his advice because he had helped out with some other shotgun sports programs. We wanted to get his advice and perspective on what we needed to do to create a championship program here at William Penn. At the time, Steve and I were just talking about William Penn shotgun sports, but as we went through the conversation in the booth at Smoky Row, Steve, you remember that booth? Every time I go into Smoky Row, I remember that booth. Yeah, you and I are sitting there. We were sitting there, and I remember exactly, and I realized the moment as I'm sitting back, I'm like, I think Steve Heaton should be our shotgun sports coach. It was just a moment. And so we started having that conversation. What we learned through those conversations, and that I think is a great testament to this sport, is that this sport is very unique and very special. The student athletes that compete in this program are very uniquely trained. They possess a level of respect and responsibility that is unparalleled, and they demonstrate that every single day, not only when they're practicing or competing, but in the classroom. Fast forward to today. The hard work that has been put in, these student athletes, it has been incredible over the last 2 years. I repeat, 2 years. This program has only been in existence at William Penn University for 2 years, and we already have a national title. And this year's been very special, perhaps one of the most special seasons on record in our history. In fact, because we don't get a lot of live streaming and such for this sport, we want to take a moment and do a little recap on this year's championship season for your William Penn University shotgun sports team.
The local talent we have is tremendous. Iowa alone is just the natural talent is unbelievable. It would be great to keep them kids local.
I am here with Athletic Director Nick Rule, as well as our first ever shotgun sports coach, Steve Heaton. Congratulations, Steve, on the hiring, and welcome to Statesman Nation.
At the college level, we're going to shoot 5 different disciplines. That's American ski, American trap, sporting clays, dabble in the international world. I'm big into the international ski. I've touched a little bit on the international trap, what's called bunker trap. Yeah, so we're going to hit all 5. And in order to compete at the ACY national level, you have to shoot all 5. The first year, it'll be a little touch and go. But by the second, third year, I plan on these kids competing against like Texas A&M, Clemson. We're going to just glad how they adapted to the crazy year, that the whole nation had. Right. Not just our team, but every team we went up against, they all adapted very well to make it successful.
awesome. And also, you and I both looked a lot younger in that video, so the pandemic might do that to us. So, awesome stuff, and again, what a remarkable year, and a big thank you to our Athletic Communications Department for putting that recap together. Now, it took a few days for us to find out that we were actually national champions, and that championship is not broadcasted online, and again, due to the nature of the sport, just where they're at, live streaming isn't something that's there yet, but one of the things that we wanted to do is, I remember Wade Steinlage and I texted Coach Heaton, like, what's going on? Like, can you give us an update? And he probably got annoyed with us, Wade and I, that group text. And Wade's finally got an iPhone, so that group text actually works. So, we're going through that, and we thought today it would be really nice for you guys to all get an insight as to how that whole thing happened. So we're going to invite up Courtney Jackson, the host of our William Penn Coaches Show, to talk about that national championship with Coach Heaton, Christopher Berkshire Lewis, Brian Baca, and Ashley Hunter. So why don't you all come on up, and we'll do a little bit of just a Coaches Show type interview that you see on Thursday nights at Wood Iron Grill. Coach Heaton's been on there before, but we're going to just have a little bit of a conversation here about how things transpired and what it looked like when they were down there in San Antonio. So let's give them all a round of applause. Courtney Jackson and Drew Perry. One chair short.
Nope, they got it.
No, they got it. Okay.
They're good.
No. We're one chair short. Oh. Got to give Coach a chair.
All right, so I just want to congratulate you guys once again, such an amazing accomplishment for every single one of you. Let's just start here with Coach. So just give us a broad overview of what happened at ACRI Nationals. You guys were there for almost a complete week. Just what was the environment like right from when you guys pulled up and you left?
Well, actually, we were there for over a week. We left on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and we came back on the following Sunday. So we shot the international disciplines as well. But he went from Iowa, it was cold, to hot, sunny, windy. Windy's an understatement. Understatement. It's just a whole different environment down there. I mean, you're going against 95 colleges from around the United States, so just the environment itself is totally different than anything else that you can imagine.
And so with all those schools out there, kind of give us an idea of who was your competition. You guys had some big schools there. It was not all just NAIA schools like us. So who were you guys competing against out there?
Well, in our division, there were several different ones. There's actually some Iowa schools there as well, because the first year there, 4-year schools, your first year you got to go into Division 4. But then you're also thrown into an open division. In the open division, you're going against Shriner, Texas A&M, Alabama, Utah State, Concordia, Midland. I mean, some of these top shooting teams around the Midwest and around the United States. But we in the skeet in the open division, we ended up shooting a 495 out of 500 to take and runner up to Texas A&M. So we knocked off Alabama and all them guys, Lindenwood, which is a 15-time national champion. So that was kind of a nice one to put your hat on.
All right, so actually you were a part of that team that got to come 3 shots shy of Texas A&M. Kind of talk about your experience there. You got a PR for yourself. What was your mindset while you were competing out there, and how were you able to get it done?
It was very intimidating. It was very intimidating. You really have to keep your mind focused on kind of what the goal is and focus on yourself. You really can't think about the end goal. You have to think about one shot at a time, and that's been a big struggle. I've always struggled to kind of keep my mind on the next bird, and I always think about the score, and I was finally able to pull through not thinking about the score.
So Coach, back to you. When did you guys realize, you know what, we have a chance at winning this? How far along were you in the competition?
I kind of knew before we got to the competition what we were capable of. These guys, they're amazing. The way they push each other. To answer that question, probably the 3rd, 4th, I think it was the 4th day, Brian was actually struggling a little bit. He went off of Brian mode and went into teammate mode to push his teammates. When I seen that happen, then I knew some great things were about to happen. So.
Well, Brian, we'll toss this over to you. You are a senior. You have the most college experience doing shotgun sports out of your whole team. How did you use that? As you said, you kind of struggled yourself. So what was going through your mind when you're like, you know what, I can use this opportunity to really be a leader, being the senior that you are?
Yeah, like you said, that day I was struggling a little bit, but I knew that, like you said, I knew before we even went down there that we had an opportunity to win this thing. So I knew even though I wasn't doing the best I could on that particular day, I knew I had to push my teammates to do the best that they could, and it ended up working out all right for us, I think.
It worked out real good.
And I'm going to ask a similar question to you, Brian. So you're a junior.
This is Chris.
Oh, Chris. Sorry, my bad. I was told a different name, and I have never met you before. My apologies. But okay, so then how were you able to also kind of act as a leader? Obviously, all three of you were able to cover a lot of success.
I like to talk to the kids on the bus. I like on our way there and while we're shooting, I like to stand at the front of the bus while everyone's sitting down, everyone's relaxed, and trying to kind of hype everybody up, get everybody convinced that we really got a chance at this, and everyone on this team, everyone has really came through. Everyone has made so much progress. So it's actually very easy for me to tell these kids that we have a chance at doing this. So that's kind of what I like to do. So.
Yeah, going off that, I want to say how proud I am for everyone on this team.
Yes, no,
Extremely proud.
An awesome accomplishment for all of you guys. I really kept it together out there. I guess any of you guys can answer this question. You guys won 8 out of your 10 tournaments this year. How were you able to keep up the intensity? You guys started with the pedal forward and you kept it and you never let up.
We push each other pretty hard. So we're all, we all support each other. There's an overwhelming amount of support on this team. Everyone is, consistently teaching each other new things, helping each other out where we need help, and I believe that's what kind of carried us this season.
Yeah, going off that a little bit, I just want to say we're a family, and we acted as a family this entire season. Of course, we have a lot of new freshmen, new people on the team. It's kind of hard to bond sometimes throughout that first maybe semester or so. But by the end of it, by the time nationals came, we all pulled together. And like I said, I'm just so proud of everyone on this team.
All right, so actually, I do want to ask you, you're a freshman, new to this team, new to college athletics. So when you pull up to a tournament like that, your ACUI nationals, this is the big deal, would you say your nerves are higher or lower, you think, than the rest of your teammates? Because you're like, it's my first year, I have nothing to lose, but at the same time, you're like, this is my first time. What's going through your head when you're out there?
My nerves were very high. As a freshman, I felt like I had a lot to prove, not necessarily to other people, but to myself. I had a lot of confidence in my shooting, and I wanted to kind of prove it to myself that I could do it. And the team has been phenomenal in pushing everybody with that. The support, especially in sporting plays where we're able to talk to each other and walk each other through everything. My scores definitely wouldn't have been where they're at without the team.
And then the weather, you guys had some windy days out there, like Nick kind of alluded to. So any of you guys that want to answer this question, how do you adapt to that? And especially when you really haven't had to deal with that all year.
For adapting to wind, and that was our first day of shooting, so that was unfortunate that it was our first day in Texas, and a lot of our team, it was their first time in Texas, so to adjust for the wind, a lot of it is changing where you're holding your gun while you're shooting, and timing. A lot of it's timing, but yeah, we did everything that we could, and I believe that we shot phenomenally well with the wind. We were shooting at 60-mile-an-hour wind, and it was knocking over trash cans and everything. So when you're shooting at little clay birds that fly in the air, they pick up quite a bit on this wind.
Just a little bit.
And then another question that you guys can answer. what was your coach's message to you guys throughout the week? What was he telling you guys to keep you guys focused?
Don't use the exact length.
Well, it's kind of been just his whole motto this, like pretty much this whole year is like we're going out there, we need to focus out, we have a job to do. We're in Texas, it's nice weather, well, besides the wind, but it was warmer than here. It was pretty cold at that time here, but we were down there to do a job, and that's how we acted, and that's how we shot so well.
All right, and my last question for you guys today is going to be, obviously, you guys didn't find out that you wanted until you got back. Very unconventionally, you get to stay and celebrate. So I want to know, you just kind of give us a rundown of how that all went down, and I want to know what you guys were doing, where were you, and how did you react when you guys found out the news?
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy situation because it's the first time in ACY history that two teams tied. And if you're normally there, you go into what they call a shootout or sudden death. But with COVID and everything, they didn't want the large groups forming, so they went to a long run. And that's what these guys really stepped up and see. They went 427 targets without a miss between 5 of them. So that kind of helped us get above the other team. So they went by that long run, they called it, and it took forever because they got to go back to everybody's scorecard on all the teams and hand count everything. So out of 3,000 targets, we tied. So, but the long run, they call it, is how we end up winning it. So next year that won't happen.
When I found out we won.
Where were we?
Yeah,
in the parking lot.
Yeah, we were in the parking lot when we found out. And then, we went through that whole process of waiting to find out. A lot of sleepless nights, and it was really hard for all of us, and we all wanted it so bad. And I feel like we didn't realize how bad we wanted it until we had to wait and find out. So, it was rough, but it ended up paying off. So.
Yeah, like Chris said, a lot of sleepless nights. We were all unsure, nervous, waiting for the news. But when we finally found out, obviously it wasn't in the same environment. We weren't all together, on the bus. We weren't celebrating together. We all kind of just got the text individually. So we maybe a few of us got together to celebrate, but it was different. So that part kind of sucked, but can't complain too much.
Yeah, so we were all unloading the bus and found out that we tied, and we were all kind of running around what does this mean, And we were all nagging Coach, tell us, what are we supposed to do now?
Yeah, he's just trying to get us to clean the bus.
And then we got the Team Reach message a few days later, and we were all kind of messaging each other hey, did you see Team Reach? And it was great.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Let's do one more big round of applause for this team. Such amazing accomplishments. And we'll bring Nick Rule
Hey, give him one more. That was awesome stuff. And you guys had to wait so long. Good stuff. And gosh, I can't imagine you were all feeling waiting for to find out if we actually won or not. And it sounds like Wade and I thought we were stressed. You guys were experiencing a whole nother level. So thank you for your patience and also for everything you did down in San Antonio. So I want to give a special shout out to McLean Heinen. McLean, Coach told me that he's been injured, and McLean, why don't you stand up real quick? Let's give him a round of applause. He does everything that Coach asks him. He's injured this year and wasn't able to compete at nationals, but does everything that Coach asks him in practice and all that. And obviously with how our program has grown, we're sometimes at multiple different locations. So that type of dedication shows what a team's all about. So thank you, McLean. All right, let's give another round of applause. Thank you, McLean. All right. Now we'd like to honor the team in something that we first did in 2013 after the men's basketball team finished runner-up at the national championships. In that year, the athletic department, in partnership with the William Penn Athletic Booster Club, presented the William Penn Athletics Medal of Excellence. It's an extremely rare honor that has not been bestowed upon anyone for over almost 10 years. And today we will be presenting the shotgun sports team with their own Medal of Excellence. We're honored to have President Otteson come on up. Let's give John a round of applause. Very supportive. We're going to be around a lot of different schools and athletic directors and such, and I'm telling you, we're very, very blessed to have the support that we do for President Otteson for the academic side of things and for the athletic side of things. I think that's a very difficult thing to find that balance, and he does an amazing job doing it. And he is actually going to be the one up here presenting the medal. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call your name. You come up make sure the camera's right there. We want the world to see you, okay? And President Otteson is going to put that medal back on you, and then we'll have you return to your chair, and then we'll go through the final part of our ceremony here today. Yeah. And you don't make me look as short when you're not standing next to me, so let's go a little farther. All right, we're going to start. Now no one can see, which is even better. All right, we're going to start with our first Medal of Excellence for Lane Arrowwood. Brian Baca. Got it over the visor, nice. Christopher Berkshire Lewis. Hunter Block. Raymond Bishop. Holly Banky. Gideon Bunder. Matthew Brindley. Noah DeBooth. Dryden DeConing. Jared DeConing. Cade Duncan. Ashley Hunter. Madison Hutchings. Hunter Lucas. Brielle McFarland. Caitlin Pendleton. Noah Seeley. Kaylin Seberg. Did I get that right, Kaylin? Did I get that right? She's going to be mad if I didn't get it right. Dominique Vermeer. Assistant Coach Lake Heaton. And the head coach of the Shotgun Sports Program, Steve Heaton. That's what you get for hiding this metal. All right, now we would like to invite the entire team up right in front of the stage here, right in front of the camera. The entire team come up. We have a special presentation for you. Everyone come on right up. I'm going to stand up right here. All right, everyone right up here, right in front of the camera there. You can block me. No one wants to see me. Come on in here. All right, give them a round of applause. And we conclude today's ceremony with the presentation of something special that they'll hang up in the Penn Activity Center every year. The second national championship banner ever in the history of William Penn. Bailey Vines will bring that over right here. Bring this to the team and hold it up. This will come, yeah, it's pretty tall. And there you go. Let's give a round of applause to the championship banner. And we're also going to let the team bestow upon an honor at every single home game that we win, but for a national championship, we're going to make a special exception. You guys are going to ring the victory bell. So my man Kyle bringing up the victory bell. Team, go ahead, get around the victory bell here, and someone ring it. You guys got it?
Go for it. All right. Don't break it.
Ready?
Yeah.
The William Penn University, So team, and again, everyone, thank you for coming. We're going to get anyone that wants pictures of the team. Team, if you could stand up here, hold your banner and everything, and we'll get pictures for you. I know families probably want that. But again, a big round of applause for the Shotgun Sports team. Thank you for coming, everyone.